Conspiracy Journal podcast. The transmission starts now.
Yeah, welcome. My name is Bobby. I'm here with Greg and Michelle.
Hi.
Today we're getting into a little light, fun exorcism.
Ooh, demonic possession.
Yeah, come along.
Save me, Seymour.
Yeah.
That's not even how that goes. Is feed me, Seymour.
Did you cut it?
No.
Is that a Simpsons reference?
No, it's Little
No,
Shop
Little
of
Shop.
Horrors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alien plant. So actually, it's fitting for the Conspiracy Journal.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm going home.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks.
Cool. What are we up to today?
We are taking it way, way, way back to the year of our Lord, 1949.
Oh, okay.
And in the
Yeah, great.
in the D.C., Maryland area, the DMV, as people like to call it these days. Yeah, the District, Maryland, Virginia, I believe is what it stands for.
Sounds like the terrible place I have to go
The
for my
Department
driver's
of Motor
license.
Vehicles. Yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. We're taking it back to 1949. We're in the greater D.C., Maryland area, and there's some newspaper articles that are published of an alleged exorcisms in possession of a teenage boy.
What? Okay. I didn't know that's where we were going today. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's where we're going today.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate your support.
Are you about to tell me that the real story from The Exorcist is a boy and not a girl?
I am about to tell you that.
Fuck, dude.
Yep. And that boy goes by a couple pseudonyms. The main one being Roland Doe or Robbie Mannheim. So this is the name that are used in these accounts over the years. And his real name is never released until, I believe maybe after his death. It's widely unknown who this person was. And while these newspaper articles were coming out, it catches the attention of a student at Georgetown University. It's a Jesuit university. So he kind of gets the scoop from one of the Jesuits there as to what's going on with like some of the inside tracks on these exorcisms.
Okay. I already have questions.
Yeah, bring it.
But first, I have a statement. My whole life is a lie. I can't believe The Exorcist was a boy. It's so much better as a girl. They made a really, really good executive decision when they made that movie to make it a girl. Just saying that, just putting that out there. What's a Jesuit?
That's a great question. A Jesuit, there's the Jesuit order. They're Catholic priests.
Oh.
It's a religious order.
Yep.
Oh.
Think of them more like monks, but it's like a separate thing from the Vatican.
Oh,
So they're
it's the Catholic guys in the robes, like the long.
Well, I mean,
like
Not necessarily.
all right,
They-
he confused me.
They definitely wear robes, but so do a lot of other orders. So it's an order within the Catholic Church. They're often associated with education, and they also do a lot more like cultural stuff. So they're kind of a bridge a little bit between the Catholic Church and like normal people. Like if you want to have some accessibility, you might talk to a Jesuit. A lot of like the kind of spiritual books that are aimed more at the lay person are written by Jesuit priests. Again, they're widely associated with education. A lot of well-known universities are Jesuit universities: Boston College, Fordham, Georgetown, Gonzaga. These are all Jesuit colleges. Huh. Yep. And so often at these Jesuit colleges, the professors are priests
Nuh-uh.
at these universities. Yeah, absolutely.
And it also lends to a lot of conspiracy theories as to the
Where-
Jesuit order and secret societies.
Right? Yeah. I'm having a lot of thoughts now.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't. What? Also, where's the true separation between church and state if we're getting our education from the church?
I mean, it's not a secret that you're at a religious college. They're pretty upfront about it.
You know what? I drive by Fordham all the time. I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
Nobody
a student
told me.
there, they probably let you know.
They probably
I would
tell
imagine.
you.
Maybe
All right.
not.
You know what? So many lies have been told to me.
Yeah.
But they told me the truth, but I feel lied to.
I feel like this podcast is part of your awakening.
Yo, by the end, I don't even want to know what's going to happen to me because you guys have really been changing me as a person.
It's what do they call it? Red pilling. You're being red pilled.
I don't even know what that means for the Matrix.
It means you're getting exposed to the truth. I think
Feels
that's
bad.
Trying,
You know what?
You're trying to leave the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to take any pills that you give me, but I did. I bought a black bag, put my phone in.
Black pilling's also a thing too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell me what it's called because I forget.
It's called a Faraday bag.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It started.
Yeah, we're blocking out those EMPs, dude. You
Yeah.
ain't getting at our phones.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to be secret.
Yeah. Try to buy a sandwich with my credit card when I'm next to you. Not going to
You
happen,
can't.
friend.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, they have like little sleeves for your phone, your wallet. They have like EMF protective like beanies and things like that too.
Oh my God, I need that.
Just like block it out from hitting your head.
You
Oh
know
my
when
God, you
that
guys-
wasn't an issue? Is 1949.
Yeah, let's get back to the story.
All right, sorry. Okay.
It's like a sidetrack.
We're in the Maryland, D.C. area. Roland, we'll refer to him generally as Roland, even though that's not his real name. That's a pseudonym. There's a couple pseudonyms. A lot of the names in this, the priest names are generally those are their real names. He hung a lot with his aunt in Cottage City, Maryland. I've seen her named as Aunt Harriet, also Aunt Tilly, maybe a nickname.
Oh, I like Tilly.
We like that, so that's what we're going to call her.
Okay, Aunt
So-
Tilly and Roland.
Yeah, Roland's 13, 14 years old. He's an only child, Lutheran family. He's hanging tough with Aunt Tilly. That's kind of he doesn't have a ton of friends, but he really likes his aunt.
Lutherans are Catholics too.
Nope.
Yeah? Nope.
Nope, sure not.
God damn it.
We'll circle back to that
Okay, great.
in a moment.
Thank you.
Aunt Tilly was described as a spiritualist. She's interested in the occult. And when
nice.
her and Roland are hanging tough, they're hitting up the Ouija board.
Fucking
They're
A.
doing some stuff.
Always
They're
starts there sometimes.
talking to the beyond. And so a lot of people believe that this is where the entrance was opened for this spirit to enter young Roland.
I call that victim blaming, but whatever.
I don't think that we're not blaming Roland.
Sounds like you are.
We're just saying that that's probably where it happened.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? So I don't think there's any blame. The only person that I'm going to blame here is the devil.
All right, fair.
So,
He tricked everybody.
Yeah, he always does.
yep.
He's so good at it.
Tricking him into thinking he didn't exist.
That's the best. That's his best move.
Aunt Tilly dies in 1949 this year.
Oh no!
So
the
this
same
is-
year that he gets, I was gonna say abducted.
Yeah, maybe there's a
Abducted by the
little
devil?
coincidence there. Maybe his soul gets abducted by the devil the same year. So weird stuff starts to happen when Aunt Tilly dies. Scratching noises inside the walls, furniture moving on its own, objects flying across the room. The Roland's bed is shaking violently, items levitating. So his family's like, this is weird. You know?
Yeah. It's
So
pretty,
they
it's pretty
contact
weird.
their Lutheran minister, Miles Schultz. He's got an interest in parapsychology, kind of on the little moonlighting. So he invites the boy to stay overnight at his house to observe. And we're all thinking it. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You know, jail. Yes.
Jail.
That's right.
Yeah, straight to
you know,
jail.
we can just
Yep.
move past that. We all agree. Suspect.
Yep.
So while Roland is there, it pops off there. The bed is shaking, the furniture is moving, it's going down. So Minister Schultz, Pastor Schultz, he's like, this is maybe a little bit out of hand for me. And when that stuff goes down, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
The Catholics.
Oh right. Okay.
Yep. When it comes to some real heavy hitting demon shit, you got to hit up the Catholics. They're kind of the resident experts.
That's
On
true.
this stuff.
Yeah. They're old. Oh, okay. Hold on. Can you tell me what a Lutheran is?
I know that they were born out of Martin Luther rebelling against the church and the Reformation way back then. That's where they get their names.
So think of it like Protestant.
They're
or
a Protestant.
Baptist, like,
Okay.
Yeah, as far
Like-
as the Catholics versus Protestants, there's a lot more like Protestant subsets. Catholics, there's not really subsets of Catholics.
Oh.
Lutherans, Baptists,
Also?
these are
They're all
Protestant
like Christian
subsets.
orders, but they're
Got it.
not Catholics. They
Got
believe they believe in a lot of the same things, but they have like their own like rule structures and stuff for their faith.
In way less like golded guild spooky shit. You know, the Catholics really own the real spooky extra shit. So yeah, if you see like a more like low key church without all the extravagance, that's generally going to be a Protestant order.
Yeah.
That was part of the rebelling in the Reformation was the luxury and the excess of the Catholic Church.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. Lied to again by everybody all the time, but I got it. I got it now.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I have been, when you like travel to any major city or even not even a major city, it's like one of the things to see is their church, So like somehow along my life, even though I did not understand subsets and whatnot, I thought everybody was kind of under the Catholic Church, but I guess the structure would really be Christian all of these different things are Christian, they're not Catholic. So like I had a real misunderstanding there, but I do know that when I walk into a church, if it's insane, floor to 20,000 foot ceiling gold, I know it's Catholic.
Yeah, it's most
Generally, yeah.
church.
There's like a rare like Anglican church that has a crazy cathedral or something like that, but for the most part, it's the Catholics that do that. Yeah, so don't come at me in the comments. I know some Protestant churches are crazy.
You know what I don't
Actually,
like?
do come at me in the comments. Bring it. You know what?
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it, everybody. One thing I really have a problem with, and like this is gonna sound crazy, but like when you go into a church and there's a big crucified man at the front of the room.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Generally, it's Jesus.
There is a dead guy.
If you ever go in there, it's not
It's
Jesus.
not Jesus.
Let me know. Very interested.
No, I like it when it's just a cross.
Yeah.
It's just a cross by itself, or it's nothing.
Yeah, well, you're
Yeah.
not in a Catholic church.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
case.
I really hate when there's a dead man hanging up there. I really don't like that. I'm just saying.
He died for your sins. I'm just saying.
It is interesting that we all, within all of Christianity, like having like some torture device as your like symbol is so interesting to me.
Totally.
It's like no one else would ever think to do that. It's always like a moon or like they'll use other like iconography, but like Christians are just like, we need this wild torture device, and the more blood, the better, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit when we did the Process Church episode, but a lot of like the iconography from like heavy metal came from
because it's so
directly
gnarly.
pulled from this stuff. Yeah. They got a corner on the cool shit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's why we called them up when there's a serious demon.
That's right.
The church recognizes 4 types of extraordinary demonic activity. So there's kind of a scale. There's infestation, which is your place or object. So that's where you know the house is haunted, you know, or this little chalice or whatever it is, you know. Vexation, which is where like a person is getting physically attacked by a demon. Obsession, where their mind is getting attacked by a demon, and then there's actual possession, where a person's body is being controlled by a demon and like outwardly manifesting, attacking others. So it's kind of the scale that it goes. So the stuff flying across the room, things moving, that's infestation. But at this stage, we're getting down to Roland's got a full possession going on. So his family, you know, we do the thing with the Lutheran pastor. He calls up the Catholics. They take him to Georgetown University Hospital, Jesuits. Father Edward Hughes is there, and he's like, we're going to do an exorcism.
Okay.
Yeah. So they strap Roland down to the bed. He's like going crazy. He's thrashing. They're doing all this stuff. We'll get a little bit later. We'll get into some more of the specifics of kind of what goes down in an exorcism. But in this instance, Roland is thrashing. He breaks a bed spring and like slashes Father Hughes. Kind of slashes or stabs him. I heard different accounts. One of them I heard was that he slashed him and it went all the way from his shoulder to his wrist. It's like a really
long
intense.
slash. Yeah.
And Father Hughes is like, Satan, time out. This is getting serious. Time out. And the exorcism stops after Roland slashes him with the bed spring. So we chill out on that, and Roland is not exorcised at this point. So the activity continues. He's back at home. These scratches are showing up on his body, and in these scratches, the word Lewis appears on his torso. And his family interprets this as a specific message, so they take him to the Mecca of all evil, St. Louis, Missouri. They're like, this is clearly what this word Lewis means. This is where we need to go. We understand. We got a message received. So they head to St. Louis, Missouri. His mother is from there. They've got family there. They're staying with relatives. And this is still going on. Crazy stuff is happening. The bed's shaking. Objects are flying. It's happening. His cousin sees this going down there, and she tells one of her professors at St. Louis University, another Jesuit college. So this professor is Father Raymond J. Bishop. And he hits up the Archbishop of St. Louis. He's like, we need to do an exorcism. They give permission for it to happen. We are not forsaking you. Head on over to Alexian Brothers Hospital, the psychiatric wing in South St. Louis. I'm sending my boys over. So the boys, Father William S. Bowdern, he's the lead exorcist. Father Walter Halloran, he's an assistant priest. Father William Van Roo is also an assistant priest. They're all priests, but they're assisting Father Bowdern. He's the lead exorcist. He's leading this deal. So we're coming in. We've got holy water, crucifixes, maybe some entrance music. I feel like when you get like your crew together.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I'm thinking Lost Boys, where the Coreys have like garlic and like, stuff.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty similar to that. You know?
I'm just thinking
earrings.
of like a WWE type of entrance.
The glass breaks like Stone Cold.
Yeah, but it's like Gregorian chants. And
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I see them walking down the hall together. Father Bowdern in the lead, flanked by these other two priests. They maybe got the incense swing, the thing that swings with the incense.
Yeah.
They've also got the holy water shakers.
Totally.
Yeah. So we've got all that going on, and whenever you want to do something right, you got to read the manual.
Yeah.
So
Is it in the Bible?
No, it's called the Roman Ritual. It's a specific book.
Cool.
It's the exorcism manual in Latin. It's De Exorcismis et Supplicationibus Quisbasdum. So,
in each like diocese, there's only like a handful of people that can actually perform an exorcism.
absolutely.
Like everyone would think like, oh, every priest can do it, but you have to be specifically trained on the ritual of it all.
Absolutely. Yeah, it seems to be, I don't know if I'd call it a high honor in the church, but it does seem a little bit elite. I think if I was a priest, I'd want to be trained as an exorcist.
Be doing that?
Yeah, just,
I think I'd want to
throw it on the old resume.
I'd want to like be
Absolutely.
put into any situation where I'm like just not handing out wafers to people. Like, give me something to do. I want to be like a
Let me
like a
fight the
demon
devil.
detective or something. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I want to be a demon detective. I was born for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I should probably read the Bible. But
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
After
you
that-
have to sort of subscribe to it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
feel like because you're a woman, they won't let you in the Catholic Church. So, you have to be a freelance demon detective, maybe, but that's kind of maybe a part of your character. You're ruffling feathers.
yeah.
You
know,
can be
you're
like
in there,
a
you're ruffling feathers.
like a Jane Constantine.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was picturing. Constantine. I needed like a long leather trench coat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready.
And so, you've got your Roman ritual, the manual. In there are many prayers of exorcism. I took a couple excerpts from some. So these are generally going to be said in Latin during this. We've got some bangers like "Cease by your audacity, cunning serpent, to deceive the human race, to persecute the church, to torment God's elect, and to sift them as wheat. This is the command made to you by the Most High, with whom in your haughty insolence you still pretend to be equal. The God will have all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. God the Father commands you, God the Son commands you, God the Holy Ghost commands you, Christ the eternal Word of God made flesh commands you." So Roland's thrashing. We're saying this stuff in Latin. We're yelling.
I was really
A lot
hoping
of
that you
stuff
were
is
going to say
on.
it in Latin. Like
Yeah, me
I was
too.
hoping you were
Me
prepped
too.
to like just rattle that shit off, and I was gonna be so hyped.
That's number one. I did want it in Latin. Number two, I am so upset that the power of Christ compels you is not real.
Well, as I said, there are many prayers.
Okay.
A lot of them, if I'm being honest, are a little bit boring.
Okay.
I was looking them
All
up
right,
to find some good ones to throw at you. This one was a little bit okay. "Thus, cursed dragon, and you, wicked legions, we adjure you by the living God, by the true God, by the holy God, by the God who so loved the world as to give up his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him may not perish, but may have life everlasting." They all start out good with "Cursed dragon."
Cursed dragon
"Cease by
is
your
excellent.
audacity, cunning serpent," and then we finish. We fizzle out a little
Yeah,
bit
we
as we
do.
go through.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
A lot of it does become sort of like a mantra, and it's like any prayer. Like the more you say it, the more like it embeds. And I think there are like this is like the opening thesis of like the statement of the Exorcist is to like prep for what's about to happen.
Absolutely.
And then a lot of the prayers that get said are more mantraic. Is that like a word? I don't know, but like it is just become like a repeated thing just to constantly embed into the person's mind.
Absolutely. And I think that I would imagine that if you're an exorcist, like, you're in it, you're doing it, you're like actively battling this demon. So I like to believe that the power of Christ compels you is real, and that a real thing that though one might say, as this demon is speaking or manifesting through this boy, that you yell out some gangster shit like that. Mm-hmm. So all this is happening. They're yelling these prayers in Latin. The bed's shaking, objects are flying. He's got superhuman strength. The restraints are breaking. Holy water's flying around.
It all sounds like awesome lyrics to a song.
Yeah.
Like
Words
James
are
or
appearing
something.
on his skin, evil and hell. and he's got this guttural voice. He's screaming at the priest, kind of a demon voice, very violent outbursts. He breaks Father Halloran's nose at one point with these violent outbursts. So it's really going on. The priests are commanding the demon to leave in the name of Christ. There it is. The power of Christ compels you. That sort of thing. And how long do we think that an exorcism takes?
Days.
I think it's okay. Hold on though,
Weeks.
because I've been lied to. I've been lied to so hard that I'm going to reassess everything.
Michelle, how long
also,
do we think an exorcism takes?
God damn it! Now that we're in the psych ward, we got hours to abide by. So I'm going to assume that we can only do it during visitation. I'm going to say that.
So practical.
Yeah, priest, father visiting hours are over.
Yeah, we're about to get
wrap
kicked
it
out.
out.
Like, can we get this?
We wrap it up.
Let's finish this up.
Pretty sure we only have until 8 p.m.
We can
to
come
get
on.
this done.
You can command the demon tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Don't worry. He'll be here tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to say 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah, Greg was much closer. This does take over weeks, and there's ebbs and flows, and there's periods where they kind of think they've got this demon licked, and they send Roland home, and it kind of chills out, and then they come back, and so we come back, and we're doing this thing. We're battling for almost a month.
Wow.
This happens from the first exorcism to this kind of as we go in St. Louis. It's where we're exercising for a month. So these priests are all day long chanting these Latin prayers, and Roland's thrashing,
and if you think about it,
everybody's
even
doing
like with
thing.
the term infestation, if you think of that as like if you have bugs in your place, and it's like you can lay down some heat right out of the gate, but you might have to like reapply like a month later, just because it's like, oh yeah, that helped a little bit, but it's not. They started coming back. They're like embedded somewhere. So
Lice.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's very like with
Very specific.
demonic possession. It's very unclear like when it goes. And I mean the demon theoretically is very clever, so it will want to make you think that it's gone.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
just like chill out.
Yeah.
You know.
His number one trick. Make him
right.
think you don't exist.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay. Demon.
So at one of these turns, we're back at the Alexian Brothers Hospital. The demon starts talking to them, taunting them, and saying that there's a word that will make the demon leave, but the boy will never say it. The boy will never say it. You know, so this is like the crazy like demon voice. Like, if you want me to leave, you'll never say it. It's very similar to my Charlie Manson voice.
Yeah, what
the
did he
demon
say?
voice.
Yeah.
If you want me to leave, there's a word the kid will say. You'll never say it.
Isn't it just the name of the demon? Like it has to be named in order to be
I saw that in a movie.
something like that.
Yeah, I saw that in a movie. There's some magic power to knowing its name.
Yeah, I mean the demon. He's like, if you want, I won't say the word, but you better not invoke Saint Michael because he might tell the kid. You know what I mean? So they invoke Saint Michael,
Of course.
Oh, St. Michael.
The protector of souls.
Archangel Saint Michael. That's right. That's right. They put a statue of Saint Michael in the room, and the demon doesn't like that,
No.
and so it's kind of popping off.
Okay.
Saint Michael tells Roland in like a vision that he has to say the word Dominus.
Dominus. Oh, dude, that's the name of our metal band.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's Latin for Lord, so maybe Christian metal.
All right. No, whatever. We're blasphemous.
Yeah, but he said, don't say Dominus.
But would Dominus be backwards?
No, I can't spell.
Cinemod. Sounds a little
Cinemod.
demonic.
That's cool.
Cinemod.
Cinemod.
Yeah, that's what, when you play the 7-inch backwards. That's what happens.
7-inch backwards is also a good band.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Right on. Right on.
So Roland cries out,
Ah.
Dominus.
Dominus. Right.
I mean, maybe Dominus.
I
You
feel
know?
like he says it like Metallica, like Dominus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what he says.
that's pretty good. Yeah. I think
You're welcome.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm the singer apparently in our band.
And so what we
We'll take it, yeah.
what we hear in that moment is there's a blast. Is what these priests
Nuh-uh.
say, that there is a blast.
Nuh-uh.
Like outside, they hear this crazy boom, and when a nearby church image of Saint Michael appears on the ceiling of
Shut
this church
up.
at this time,
Spooky.
and the possession ends.
No way. We won.
We won. Great success.
Holy moly. Is the Michael still there? Can I see it?
I'm doubtful. I think it just like kind of flashed, like appeared. It's not like when it happens on a tortilla and you can like tour it around.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, no, I think it was just a temporary thing.
Bummer. Okay.
Or like there was cheeses.
Yeah, that is a character in this story.
Cheeses? No, cheeses was a Cheeto that looked like Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that somebody found.
Yeah.
There was always like the fun ones of like, oh, it's the Virgin Mary on a piece of toast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there are people like they started making toasters that like print the Virgin Mary on your toast now.
Love that.
Or Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get all of the religious figures in history.
I remember in the news. That's what my family liked to call it. I know it's called the Weekly World News, but they would often have someone who had, Jesus on their tortilla.
Yeah. I think I might have seen, now that I think about it, I might have seen cheeses in person in an art gallery. I feel like I recall having there was like a little cartoon book that came along with it, like kind of the Adventures of Cheeses or something like that.
Fun.
Yeah. Where there's a large Catholic population where I grew up, and there was definitely some like Virgin Marys on the back of road signs, stuff like that, and people would like go to these places and worship. Often like Our Lady of Guadalupe was said to be appearing.
Okay, so when you say that, do you mean like a black smudge was on the back of a sign and it looked like Mary?
That's right.
Okay,
and there are like things too, like there'll be like a rust stain on a wall or things like that.
Yeah.
Or there are instances of statues crying blood and things like that.
Yeah, when I found, like 2 blocks away from the house I grew up in was a Sacred Heart church. And outside of the church was a statue of Mary and 2 little kids and like a lamb or some shit. And so I got all spooked out about a crying Mary statue that I found out about. So I'd go over there and keep looking at her and trying to see if I could get her to bleed with my mind.
And
it never worked, you guys. I'm still working on it.
That would have been a pretty good twist.
Yeah. I was trying to infest the Mary statue.
Trying to just exhibit a little extraordinary demonic possession.
I didn't have enough demon in me yet.
Extraordinary demonic activity. Yeah.
I was too pure.
Fair enough.
I should go back.
If anything, it did the opposite. Like you essentially went to a religious icon and prayed at it for a while. Like you were wanting some return from it, but you did the thing that, like, you were probably bestowed like grace upon you.
Yeah.
Like there was something good that actually happened for you from doing this.
I accidentally got blessed, you guys.
Yeah. Even throughout all, like most of history, like people would go to statues, and like the importance of those was for that. But like back in the day, people were also kind of having religious experiences from psychedelics, and then when they would go and like have and be sitting in front of these statues, like they would hear essentially their gods speaking to them through these statues. So a lot of the times they had these like very religious experiences just based on doing this ritual, and it's kind of why we still have it today.
Yeah.
And there's a theory too about the bicameral mind, where like
what does that word mean?
Bicameral just means like it gets 2 parts of the same thing. So it's like you're like there's a theory that our brains would communicate to each other, to itself essentially, but we would hear it as words. So like one half of your brain's trying to tell your other half of the brain something, but you would hear it as language,
right? And
then people would think it was like God speaking to them. And then like through evolution, like that, we kind of worked that out. So when you hear crazy people on the street talking to themselves, it's kind of that idea,
right?
And there's no one there, but they're speaking to somebody.
So could we make an argument that all of religion is based off of insanity a little bit?
Sure. Well, it's
I guess you have to look at
There's a lot of religions.
What do we classify as sane, though?
Right. I was just going to say my immediate wish I didn't say that voice was like, what is sane? It wasn't like, what's religion? It was like, what does sanity mean? Because like, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't know because I'm tuned out, man. I'm too tuned out.
If I was more pretentious, I'd be like, that's a bit reductive, Michelle.
Yeah.
And as for exorcism,
what's reductive mean?
We're just like reducing to this like just like this simple thing.
Yeah.
And where
religion
is a pretty complex issue. Yes, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm a simple person. You know?
But a lot of people do that. Like with anything that they don't understand, they'll just be like, I don't know, therefore whatever. And like whatever that thing is that they're going to attach to it is like the most reductive idea.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people like
I'm learning so many words.
people like these days too, like they don't want to bother thinking about things, and they just are told like, oh, like science explained it. And for them, I'm not fucking ripping on science, obviously.
Whoa, science.
But it's just like the idea of like, oh, there's always an explanation for it. Like whenever anyone's having any kind of issue or something going on, it's just like, oh, well, it's just because X, Y, or Z. And we've tried to discredit spirituality throughout history because we keep finding it unnecessary. And it's just like, it keeps cropping up more and more still. Like it's not like it ever went away. I think there are things that can be explained with science and like what's going on in our brain, but I also think we just relabeled things.
Right.
So instead of figuring, oh, like what is possession, we just named it schizophrenia.
Right.
And we just it's the same thing that's happening. We're just like, no, we're just calling it that now.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, but it's kind of the same idea.
Right.
And if there's other ways to help that situation, why not take it? And it can be dangerous because medical intervention is good for a lot of things. But yeah, I just think that there's so much more interesting things that happen in the world outside of like, we need an explanation for this. And like, I know what this is, and it's probably just this. And it's like, could be, but nobody knows. So
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my awakening, you guys.
Yeah. And that's
It
a lot
really
of,
is.
that's a lot of arguments about things like possession. A lot of skeptics will be like, well, there's no evidence that it was actually a possession. It's like, we're talking about it. What evidence do you expect to exist to prove that this 14-year-old boy was possessed by a demon? I don't expect there to be any physical evidence of such a thing, but people try to posit that as a takedown of this.
And it's
We
also
gotta get that guy possessed.
and then
you know?
people will also be like, oh, it's just the what's that effect? Fucking
Oh,
placebo.
Mandela.
Placebo.
Oh, okay.
And they're just
Sorry.
like when something like an exorcism works,
Yeah.
and like there is like a true response that's like you can see the difference now. Like, oh, it was just placebo, and that's like the reductionist idea of it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, but placebo does work, and like even science says it does. But the idea of just relabeling it so it like fits within your world and your worldview, again, doesn't mean it's not a real thing. So
Right.
it's interesting that people are so easy to accept it when it's labeled something else.
Yeah, and I'm just saying this for no reason, that placebo has this like, I don't know if derogatory would be the right word, but like it's a looked down upon, but it does work. Like I wonder if we reframed it into like mind over matter type of treatment,
Sure.
instead of calling it placebo, which means it's like fake. You
Well,
know?
our brains are very capable of like healing ourselves.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're giving someone the right, I don't know, like
Treatment?
the right treatment or the motivation
Right.
to trigger your brain to perform that, who gives a shit
Who
where it's
gives
coming
a
from?
shit?
Like,
It
who
works.
cares?
Yeah. All right. One more thought that I just had in my brain that I would like to share with you guys about the haters who were like, can you prove it was an exorcist or whatever? I just want to say that I hope that when I was praying to that statue to bleed from its eyes, that like someone somewhere is hearing, you know what? Cut that out. I think.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
You know what? Forget it. I was trying to say that I kind of hope that I'm possessing someone through through that act, like mistakenly getting somebody bad.
Okay. Are you trying to say, it sounds a little victim blamey to say that Roland was bad?
No, I'm not talking about Roland. He's a sweet baby angel.
You were like, maybe I'm
demons.
possessing somebody because they're
No,
bad,
not him. Not him. He was also like, this is way before I was even born. I definitely did not possess Roland.
And I mean, that's what some skeptics do say, that like he was not possessed. He was just a deeply disturbed boy. Some neighborhood people described him as a trickster who likes scaring people. And they would argue that these things can be faked.
Right.
And that he would like mimic Latin words that the priests were saying and all these things. So a lot of people try to explain it. And then other people just say that this stuff never happened.
Oh.
A lot of this is based off of a diary, the Raymond J. Bishop, the priest, the cousin's professor his cousin went to St. Louis University and was like, something weird is happening to my cousin. So
Right. I forgot
the
that.
Archbishop.
Yeah.
So he wasn't part of the exorcism team, but he was around. So I think that he was like debriefing with these priests as the exorcism was happening. Father Bishop was. So he kept a diary about this and kind of what was transpiring. And so a lot of the story as we know it came out of that diary.
Have you guys ever seen the movie A Cursed Man?
No.
I think
No, Greg recommended it to me, and I'm too scared to watch it.
and it's essentially a guy who's making a documentary trying to be cursed. So he goes to a bunch of different religious practitioners of like of a bunch of different faiths, and he's just like, put a hex on me, put a curse on me, and like he gets to a point where he then has to be released from it.
Oh my God, don't tell me anything. Don't spoil it for me because I do want to watch it. Maybe we'll do an M file on it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was a moment though, like, because I do have somewhat of a belief that like when these rituals were being performed on him, they're essentially reciting it like into the cameras and for the film and stuff, where I had to mute it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't want any part of whatever.
We're just being safe.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
God.
just being safe.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, I don't even know if I want to read the subtitles of some of the stuff that's been like, I don't want to know. I'm going to have a hard time with this one.
Yeah.
When you talked about the plot, I don't know why, just like the old guy in the bar popped up that was just like somebody trying to get cursed. And he's like, I got a couple ex-girlfriends I can point you towards. You looking to get cursed?
Bobby, I love that you made it up so that someone else said it and not you.
Yeah, you talked to my second ex-wife. Yeah, I would never make a joke like that. It's in poor taste, and it's not funny. Okay.
Okay. I know.
That wasn't you. That wasn't.
Oh, wasn't you? I got it.
You know? Yeah.
I'm calling your second ex-wife.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell her, be on the lookout. You're about to get hexed.
You fixing to get cursed, okay? Don't mention me or you're about to get cursed.
That's right.
So, according to Father Halloran, broken nose,
Oh, right.
Roland, are we curious? Do we want to know what happened to him?
Yes.
What? Yeah, of course. What the? What?
We're just done now.
What?
Like, no. He became really uninteresting after he wasn't possessed anymore. So,
I mean, that's an option.
out,
It's
you know.
probably...
no, he led a normal life. He had a pretty good situation going on. He became an aerospace engineer.
What?
He became a rocket scientist, essentially. He worked for NASA for 40 years.
You know what? I just want to say that I think that the exorcism was not successful, and we've got a demon in space right now.
Well, I mean, I think that's where he got
Thanks,
the idea.
Jesuits.
I think that's where he got the idea for the patented heat shield technology that he developed to send these rockets into space. I feel
Fuck
like
yeah,
there's a little
dude.
bit of supernatural element
Oh my
to that
God,
stuff.
dude, that's incredible.
So.
He definitely was possessed, and he definitely used his demon knowledge. We got demon stuff in space, guys.
Maybe a little
full stop.
sold his soul to the devil for a little space travel,
You definitely did.
you know?
Yep.
But he had a family and he avoided publicity and his name was not public. He died in 2020 at the age of 84.
Did he get COVID?
Unclear. Like he did such a good job.
Imagine.
I just want to say
staying
that
out of the public
yeah,
eye.
the devil couldn't kill this guy, but freaking COVID did.
Yeah.
I think
You know?
it was maybe more the 84
Whatever.
that killed him.
Whatever.
So, but also maybe the devil
Also,
or COVID.
It took a toll on him.
Yeah,
One of
also-
these two things took a toll on him.
Yeah.
what was his name?
I'm only saying this because he's dead. If
All
he
right,
was
don't say it.
if
Don't
he-
say it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
let's-
like, he very much wanted to
He
not be
wanted to
associated
yeah,
with this.
yeah. Also, like if we know his name, maybe we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
So-
If you really,
I thought you were.
If you,
Oh, go ahead.
if you need to know his name, you can look it up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were originally asking what was the name of the demon. I'm still curious.
Beelzebub.
It was one of those. The Zozo demon. That's a big one from all
Yeah.
the movies.
What did he say to say? What was their band name?
Dominus.
Dominus is his name, no?
Oh, 7-inch backwards. What was it?
I am the demon 7-inch backwards.
Dude, we need help.
Everything's great. Okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing great. And when we first started talking about this, there was a student at Georgetown University that saw these newspaper articles, and he asked one of the Jesuits there, just kind of like, what's this about? What's going on? And the Jesuit gave him the inside scoop. That student in 1971 wrote a book called The Exorcist.
Fuck yeah,
That
dude.
was William Peter Blatty.
Bloody.
In 1973, the film The Exorcist was released. Blatty nabbed an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Bloody, blah, blah,
And
blah.
became one of the most famous horror movies ever made.
Scared the shit out of everybody when it was
Absolutely.
released.
It's got like so much, it's got like religion, psychology, folklore, horror elements. It's really unique.
And their marketing, they didn't plan this obviously, or maybe they did, but like people like fainting and passing out, and like all the things when they went to go see the movie. Like it was like possessing people when they were seeing it.
People had to like take
So
time
awesome.
outs or leaving the theater. Yeah, absolutely. And if it wasn't for the book and the movie, like the real story of Roland Doe probably would have been lost to time. But because of that, it's a cultural phenomenon that still is so present and just seems to endure.
In most stories and film where like an exorcism is happening or a demon possession or something, a lot of the information is based off of this story. Like whenever we see that, the same way like you would think of like, oh, when you know Psycho or see the movie Psycho, you're like, oh, it's the Ed Gein story.
Right.
And it's just like this, when it comes to possession, like this story is kind of the base that a lot of other filmmakers and storytellers use as like the background for it all. And there are other cases obviously throughout time where people are being possessed, but yeah, this one had such like a visceral response like to our like collective unconscious that it's incredible.
Absolutely.
It really is like, there's just the circumstances, the fact that William Blatty was a student at Georgetown, like where that was happening at that time, and kind of got wind of that, and then was somebody with enough talent to spin that into this specific story. But it's like if he was, went to the University of San Francisco, another Jesuit college on the opposite coast, probably would have never heard about it. Probably would have never wrote that story,
Crazy. I love thinking about that too, like the crossroads,
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact about Psycho, that was based off of a book. And Hitchcock, for his, like, what part of his planning for when Psycho was released was he bought all of the copies of the books that he could find so that people wouldn't have read the story before they saw the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Fun fact.
He was definitely capable of doing that.
Yeah.
back then.
The author's like, my book's selling like hotcakes.
I know. I'm a bestseller. I'm a New York Times bestseller. Look at me go.
It's all Hitchcock and he's just burning them. Like, no one's going to know this story.
No one will ever know your name.
You know what's funny? I know that fun fact. Don't know the name of the guy or the name of the book.
Absolutely.
So funny. Damn. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So there you have it. That's the
Well,
story of
fuck,
Roland
dude.
Doe and the Exorcism of Roland Doe.
I learned so much about lies that I've been told.
Sure.
Do you guys remember the first time you saw The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those movies that you do remember the first time you saw it,
Yeah.
Tell me about yours. Was it bad? Were you an adult? Were you a kid?
I was
What were you?
an adult the first time I saw it. Yeah. And it actually wasn't that long ago. It was just one of those ones. I don't know. I feel like everybody has a couple films that just like eluded them for a non-specific reason. I was never anti. Just never took the time to sit down and watch it. It's a great film. Like I love a film. I love a really good but like contained, simple film. I felt like they did a great job of telling this specific story. I felt like the characters were great. The acting was great. Yeah, I mean the like practical effects are
so good.
are so cool and so like the pea soup, and like all of that stuff was so like so many good choices I think were made in making that movie. Like they did such a good job in like picking the right things in the right moments to terrify people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I think growing up, like I was definitely, I don't know, maybe 10 when I saw it. I was watching horror movies though from a wildly young age. Like,
Yeah, me too.
Much earlier than I should have been watching these
Same.
things.
I was
So,
more
yeah, I
into
was definitely
Steven
younger.
Seagal. Those were the movies that I wasn't supposed to be watching. Was like Steven Seagal stuff. So
Oh yeah, no fighting.
missed
I grew
it.
I grew up in like a spooky family, so our VHS shelf was all horror movies, and like from The Exorcist to like The Blob and like the whatever 100-Foot Woman, like movies like that was like what was on the shelf, so that's what I watched over and over. But I remember The Exorcist really scared me because I was probably like 7, and my brother, who he's 5 years older than me, so he must have been about 12, was supposed to babysit me, and his way of babysitting me was to put on a movie and tell me to fuck off and watch it. And it was The Exorcist. And
Nice.
when my mom and my Nana got home, I was so upset. They were so upset. Everybody was so upset. And like, I swear to God, my views and all those lies I was telling you guys about, so what I understood of the Catholic Church and demonic possession was all formed at age 7, around the same time I was trying to make the Virgin Mary's statue eyes cry.
Yeah,
blood.
you were really up to some stuff.
Up to some shit.
Where did you learn all this?
Yeah, really, really fucked me up, I think, and I really never got, I don't know, the church became very scary to me, The dead guy hanging up in the front of the room really freaked me out. Like all of it, AKA Jesus Christ on the cross or whatever. But like, I don't like it. It's spooky, and it's probably because I was too young for this information.
Yeah.
I grew up Catholic, and it was one of those things where it didn't really affect me. Like I didn't take hold the way I think my parents would have liked it to. Or anyone else would have liked it to, because like whenever something came up, it would be like, I don't know, like Noah was 600 years old, and I'd be like, how did that work?
Yeah, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm Greg, I'm 5, and I've got questions.
Yeah, but like it was to the point where like I would try to rationalize it in my head. I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, maybe the air was cleaner back then, and like that's just how long people lived back then.
Yeah.
And like there were so many of those questions that just made me question everything because nobody had an answer.
Right.
And
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
especially when it came to religion, everyone was just like, he's gonna be a priest, and it's like,
'Cause
oh,
you're-
am I? Like,
That's so funny.
but I thought about religion, I think, more than most religious people did, and I think that's probably why
right.
they were
They
thinking
thought that you were
Yeah.
going
it's
to
like
be a
he's
priest.
really digging
Yeah.
into this. He's really questioning it. And there was a story. I don't remember this, but like it's something my family tells a lot. We were visiting family in like Western Pennsylvania, and we were at Mass on a Sunday. And I was just mentioning, I'm just like, oh yeah, he like died on like Good Friday and like rose from the dead on Easter Sunday. And my mom's just sitting there being like, yeah. And it's just like, oh, he's learning things. And like my other family members are like listening to what I'm saying. And I just remember pointing at the cross, and I was like, this is like young Greg. I was just like, why is he still up there?
Yeah, fair question, young Greg. Fair
Yeah.
question. Why
But
is
it's-
he still up there?
And that's like, I don't know, 5-year-old Greg. Like,
Yeah.
And it's just like, none of this makes any sense.
yeah, I was so right when I was like, I'm Greg, I'm 5, and I got questions. That's exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think my life kind of just like kept going that
Yeah.
direction where I was just like, I will ask questions about everything.
Yeah.
I was also raised Catholic, but I was a little bit of the opposite. I was just like listening to the stories and taking it in, and it was always so spooky. Like the whole situation is so there's so much ritual and pomp and circumstance to Catholicism. Like there's a theatrics,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a ton
It's very
of it.
theatrical.
And so I was really like that was very normalized to me because I grew up going to church, and I had a crazy thing happen to me when I was real young. Not what you're thinking. The priest. We had
I feel like you wouldn't have said crazy thing happened
Yeah,
to me.
fair
I feel
enough.
like the opener would have been a little bit different.
Yeah, the priest from our church was like a family friend. He would come to the house sometimes for dinner. Father Richard, really
That's so
really
weird
nice
to
guy.
me. Already,
And
that's weird.
Father Richard, his I believe it was like the tip of his ring finger on his left hand was cut off.
Definitely didn't think you were going to say that. Okay.
I don't know how it happened.
Okay.
Like my mom was very Catholic. Father Richard was also a Vietnam vet, and so was my dad. So I think he was like, this guy's fine.
Yeah.
Like they had that
Sure.
shared
Yeah.
experience and shared respect. And so that he was the only priest I ever knew. And and he had this like missing finger. And then we moved and we went to a different parish in the new town where I was at, and Father Mike was there. And Father Mike was missing the same part of the same finger. And at
Weird.
this point, I'm like 7 years old. I think maybe I had just turned 8. And seeing all of the crazy pomp and circumstance and all the tradition and ritual of the Catholic Church, I was like, oh, when you become a priest as a vow to God, they cut off the tip of your finger. I was like, that just makes. I only knew 2 priests, and they were both missing the same part of their finger. I didn't even miss a beat. I just like in my head, I was just
Yeah.
figuring stuff out. I'm
Yeah.
making observations. I was like, this tracks.
Yeah.
If to become a priest, you got to cut part of your finger off. Anyways, what else are we talking about?
Yeah.
And
for
I remember
sure.
I told my mom that, and she was like, "Holy shit, no!"
Yeah.
But I was like, "What do you mean? Holy
I can
shit!"
imagine,
I was
like,
like, "It makes sense."
Just
you
going
know?
through life, like with that information in your head, and you're just
Yeah.
like, that's fact. And then you
Yeah.
tell other people, and everyone else is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And it's like you're telling me that a guy like held a stick and parted the sea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
totally.
everything came from these 2 pairs of animals on this boat. And it's like that's
Yeah.
what I said was crazy.
Yeah.
Bobby, I am a 42-year-old adult person, and if you told me right now that that was true, if you had just stopped there, like to become a priest, you have to cut off the tip of your ring finger, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. I never noticed that they didn't have tips of their ring fingers. Like, it's so believable. Like, of course, your 8-year-old brain was like, yeah, that's
Aren't you
true.
41?
Oh, shit, am I? What? How do you know? What? How old am I? I think I am 41.
Thanks.
Shit.
Thanks.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Whatever.
I got a little sidetracked by that.
I am 41. I'm a 40-year-old person that believes, whatever.
Yeah. So it was just, I mean, all of that. It was just such a weird experience, but all of that made sense to me. Because, growing up Catholic, like, it really shapes how you see the world. There's a lot of weird stuff that they say and tell you. And yeah. Different set of circumstances. I could see Father Greg for sure.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
It would have had to take a wild turn at some point.
Yeah. But I feel like if there was Father Greg, he would be an exorcist.
Oh, I would absolutely want to do that.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. He would have like some kind of weird, crazy briefcase full of fucking crazy specimens.
I do now.
Yeah.
Also, I think to complete the arc, I don't know what you would have done. I mean, maybe it would have done like some crazy like freelance exorcism stuff. I feel like you might have got excommunicated.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how the Father Greg story ends.
That's how. Yeah. You know what? Again,
I went too deep and had to like go off on my own.
When you find out like the truth about the relations between like, you know, God and the devil and the ritual and all that stuff, you know, I feel they get a little weirded out about that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I would, if you told me that you were an ex-priest and you got excommunicated for doing an illegal exorcism, I would be like, that tracks. That tracks. I believe the story you just told me.
When I started screaming that like the upper echelon of the Catholic Church is all run by Luciferians, people would start being like, all right, buddy.
They don't like it when you color outside the lines.
Yeah, get out of here.
There's a Jesuit priest called Father Anthony de Mello. And he wrote a lot of these really incredible books about spirituality and worldview, and he gives a lot of lessons from like Eastern mystics and the Buddha and Hinduism. He's an Indian man himself, and he has there's some pretty fantastic stuff, pretty like awesome, really like great life lessons in his books. But he almost got excommunicated towards the end of his life because the Catholic Church was like, "You're talking about some crazy shit."
Yeah,
because he's like teaching lessons of the Buddha and Hindu mystics and all.
It's
this
kind
stuff.
of what happens to a lot of people. Like even Carl Jung, like this sort of happened to him, and he like people wanted to start discrediting everything that he worked on because later in life, like his deep dives into psychology just led him to more and more spiritual and mysticism like aspects of things.
Yeah, and they're like, he's losing it.
Yeah, and everyone just like, he's losing his mind, he's going crazy, and it's just like, we can't like, but
Don't listen to the crazy things that he's saying.
His later work is like really profound, and like if you could still use those ideas and apply them to yourself, and it's fascinating when you look at things from a bigger, broader perspective rather than just like, well, this is what the things told me to say, this is what this is, and it's like, yeah, but everything's way more interesting than that.
So many people's spirituality starts and ends with everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep, dude.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yep.
It's like, okay, yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a fun little thing to say, but we can think about things a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Well, it's really, you know what, you guys? This is my awakening, but it's also my demise because you really give me too much to think about. I can't, my little brain, my little 41-year-old brain doesn't even know how old it is.
Yeah. Well, if you know how old Michelle is, or have some real mystical stuff to say, give us a call at the Strange Exchange. That's 929-445-3705. We're interested in your wisdom, the things you have to say. We're also interested in your prayers of exorcism in Latin only.
Yeah. Or if you've been infested.
Yeah. Anything else?
But only by demons, you know, or
extraordinary demonic activity is all we're listening. All we're interested in.
No, we don't want to hear about lice.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line. I don't want to hear about any bugs unless it's what happened with the praying mantis or whatever that was.
What are we talking about?
Okay. I didn't read the book, but I know that there's a day where locusts fall from the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a plague. One of the plagues.
It's one of the plagues.
Yeah. If you live through one of those, give us a call.
Yeah, if you were attacked by praying mantises. in a biblical sense.
Yeah.
Hordes of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Falling from the sky. Give us a call.
Yeah,
ate
yeah.
all your wheat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Later.